Welcome to Unity, where cultural diversity is sought after and explored. Today we're going to visit with the National Education Association with special guest, First Lady Michelle Obama. We are here at the Library of Congress to celebrate the 2010 kickoff of Read Across America, and it's the 106th birthday of Dr. Seuss. Today's very special event is being hosted by the Librarian of Congress, Dr. James Billington. He has very special guests, U.S. Secretary of Education, Mr. Arne Duncan, and another special reading by our First Lady, Michelle Obama. Today we will be speaking with the President of the National Education Association, Mr. Dennis Van Rokel.
Although it was a bit cold, rainy, and dreary on the outside of the Library of Congress, not so on the inside. The Library of Congress, with its tall ceilings, elegant sculptures, and beautiful artwork, was transformed into an exciting oasis fitting for children around the metro area. They came by ones and by twos to celebrate the birthday of Dr. Seuss. Children and teachers alike enjoyed musical selections from the CD Banjo to Beatbox by Grammy Award winners Kathy and Marcy, with special guest Krista Lees Bacon.
Whistle along to the radio station. Add more instruments for orchid. All together collaborate. Jubilation. Jubilation. One thing that would help this nation is more music and jubilation. Okay, are you ready? We're going to try another one. Here I go.
The stage was set, and the seats were filled, and the atmosphere was abuzz with the anticipation for the local educational scholars that would grace them with their wisdom and encourage them to read all year long. And if those highlights weren't enough, the zealous students were absolutely delighted to have the illustrious First Lady Michelle Obama to grace them with a live reading of The Cat in the Hat. But the first reader up was U.S. Secretary of Education, Mr. Arne Duncan.
So we'll read Horton Hears a Who. On the 15th of May, in the jungle of Newell, in the heat of the day, in the cool of the pool, he was splashing, enjoying the jungle's great joys, when Horton the elephant heard a small noise. So Horton stopped splashing. He looks toward the sound. That's funny, thought Horton. There's no one around. Then he heard it again, just a very faint yelp, as if some tiny person was calling for. How true, yes, how true, said the big kangaroo. And from now on, you know what I'm planning to do? From now on, I'm going to protect them with you. And the young kangaroo in her pouch said, me too. From sun in the summer, from rain when it's falling, I'm going to protect them, no matter how smallish. Great job, guys. Thank you.
Are you with us? All right, let me ask a question. How many of you are readers? That's a good thing, because you know how important reading is. You know the President of the United States reads all the time? And we make sure that our girls at home read every single night. In our house, you can read, you can stay up for 30 minutes longer as long as you're reading. And because of that, everyone reads every night. And the other reason why reading is important, you know, if you learn how to read, you can pretty much do anything. I mean, you'll be able to write better, you'll be able to think better, and you'll be able to imagine anything. So reading now is really important. All right? So you guys are going to keep your reading up? All right. Well, we're going to read The Cat in the Hat. Yeah. One of my favorites. How many people like The Cat in the Hat? All right. So you guys are going to help me out here, because if you're like me, you know all the words to Cat in the Hat. So just jump in, okay? We ready? The sun did not shine. It was too wet to play, so we sat in the house all that cold, cold, wet day. I sat there with Sally. We sat there, we two, And I said, how I wish we had something to do. Too wet to go out and too cold to play ball. So we sat in the house. We did nothing at all. So all we could do was to sit, 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 sit. And we didn't like it, not one little. You do not want to play. He should not be in here. He should not be about. He should not be in here when your mother is out. I think I agree with the fish. Now, Cat in the Hat came back with a, what do you think is in that box? All right, we'll try not to ruin the ending for anyone here. And out of the box came thing 2 and thing 1, and they ran to us fast. They said, how do you do? Would you like to shake hands with things 1 and thing 2? Now, would you touch these things? I don't know about the touching things. They're touching them. Oh my goodness. Why, the cat. Have no fear of this mess, said the Cat in the Hat. I always pick up all my playthings, and so I will show you another good trick that I know. I guess that's pretty good. If you go over to somebody's house and make a mess, what should you do? You should help them clean it up. And then maybe you'll get invited back. All right? Then our mother came in and she said to us, too, did you have any fun? Tell me, what did you do? And Sally and I did not know what to say. Should we tell her the things that went on here that day? What do you think? Should we tell her about it? Now, what should we do? Well, what would you do if your mother asked you? What would you do? How many people would tell her? I would tell. Always tell your parents the truth. Let's say that together. Always tell your parents the truth. Very good lesson. All right. We're done.
I need you to take the oath. Can you raise your right hand? Your right one. The other right one. And now I want you to say after me, nice and loud so you can everyone can hear you. I promise to read, each day and each night. I know it's the key to growing upright. Each book that I read puts smarts in my head. Leading my way. Of feeding my brain what it needs every day. All right, give yourself a hand. What a nice job you did.
And I think you might have a few questions for the First Lady. So we have time for a couple questions. Who would like to raise their hand and ask the First Lady a question about anything? And if you could stand up, please, so we can hear you and be nice and loud.
Join us again next time on Unity.